Lord. Wah, wah. I love that. I love that ending part. The best. How's everybody doing this evening? Come on in, everybody. I see a few people lurking in from the bushes. Come on out the bushes. Fall out them trees, out them bushes. Come on down in the chat. Let me know who's out there, who's tuning in. Make sure you also click the like button. Share the video if you can, if you choose to. You know, no pressure, but please hit the like button. It does help with the analytics when it comes to YouTube promoting your videos. But anywho, everybody, how's everybody doing this evening? What is it? Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday. It is Tuesday, and y'all know on Tuesdays I have a very, very, very long day. 13 hours to be exact, and then I rush right home to get right on this computer so I can come live with y'all for the shows that's been on like the last couple of days. Tonight we're going to be reviewing Queen Sugar, and we are now on season 3, episode 7. And the name of this episode is called Of Several Centuries. I kind of don't know why they named it that. I hate when they give a episode a title, and I'm like, all through the episode, like, okay, why did they give it that title? But, you know, most of the titles usually make sense, you know, when it comes to a TV show. But anywho, it's called Of Several Countries. I'm sorry, yeah, Of Several Centuries. My bad. So we're going to discuss that. So again, come on in, make sure you hit the like button, and make sure you share the video out if you would like. As far as this episode, one thing I want to start off with is on Vi. We find out a little bit more, you know, why she's been acting or behaving, you know, around her husband, Hollywood. And, you know, last episode, it was kind of like, you know, in the episode before, we know she's still reeling from Jimmy Dale visiting her out the blue, which is her ex-husband. She ain't seen him in years. And now that she got married to Hollywood, this young stud, and got her a new diner, you know, she's doing really well, because remember, Jimmy Dale left her with basically nothing. Left her with nothing. He vandalized her home, you know, before he left, and, you know, abused her, mistreated her, all that. So now that she's happy, got her own business, which she has always wanted to be, running her own business, her own pie shop, and she got her a man, a whole full husband, and he just pops up out the blue. When he popped up out the blue, that set her back. That set her back really, really far. And we knew that she was like, it was very disturbing for her and everything. And, you know, again, she was reeling from it, but I didn't know that it triggered some type of PTSD, which is what, you know, we find out this episode. The PTSD is actually what is preventing her from having relations with her husband, Hollywood. And, you know, he's being patient with her. You know, he didn't want to spend time away from her because Hollywood loves her dirty draws. He loves the ground that she walks on, regardless of how much older she is, regardless of the fact she can't have kids, you know, all that. You know, all that. He still loves her, you know, for her. And she telling him, I need space. I'm sorry. I don't want to touch you. I don't want to hug you. I don't want to kiss you. I don't want to sleep in the same bed with you. And he wasn't understanding that. Hey, T-Love. Hey, peace and love back at you. Thanks for coming in. Make sure you hit the like button, please. And thank you. We're just discussing the last episode of Queen Sugar, season 3, episode 7. And we were just discussing Vi and, you know, how she's suffering from PTSD because of Jimmy Dale coming back and disrupting her life, like abruptly disrupting her life. And, you know, it triggered her. It triggered all these emotions, all this hate she had from him, all this fear she had from him. And, you know, all them years after she left him, she thought she was good. probably didn't expect to ever see that Jimmy Dale anymore. And remember, I told you I don't think we done seen the last of Jimmy Dale. I think he's gonna pop up again, and I'm hoping Hollywood had laid him out in the front yard last time, but I'm hoping that if he comes back the next time, Hollywood, I ain't gonna say permanently lay him out now, but I'm going to say permanently let him know that if he comes back ever again, he might he might not return home. But yeah, you said you missed it. Yeah, it was really good. It was really exciting. A lot of stuff went on last episode. Besides we finding out that, Vi is suffering from the PTSD from Jimmy Dale coming back. Her husband, who she needs a break from, he done left. He done went and stayed with his mama. He's down there helping his mama out, staying down there for a bit until, Vi, feels a little more comfortable with herself. She's talking to a therapist and all that. So I'm hoping she don't let Hollywood stay gone too long, because like I said, he is her whole husband, and he told her, he was like, man, it's supposed to be death do us part. It's supposed to be thick and thin, sickness or health, and now you suffering from PTSD and you want me to go stay with my mama? You want me to go stay with my mama? So, but yeah, so anywho, I hope that don't last too long, because you know how it is with men. Sometimes they love us and everything, but if you give them too long of a leash now, Anyway, but, I'm hoping that don't happen with Vi and Hollywood, because I do love them as a couple. Now, Nova, in the beginning of the episode, Nova's, she's doing another interview, another show, and right before the show, the lady, I guess it was I don't know if it was one of the producers or, just one of the team of the show. They came and they talked to her, and they start showing her bits and pieces of information, and they wanted her to discuss certain things on the show. And she was like, nope, I'm not doing that. I'm not discussing the show. I think if they would have pushed Nova, she probably would have walked off the show, and she probably would have went right back to that hotel and got her butt back on the plane and went home. But they was like, okay, cool. When they got back on the show, though, they were talking about the 4 ancestors that had been hung. And they said, in the book, remember, Nova talked about everything that everybody has done or didn't do, right or wrong, good or bad, in her book, including people that weren't even in her family. So she had mentioned in the book that, some of her relatives, some of her ancestors were lynched, 4 to be exact. And so the guy interviewing her, he was like, you say in the book that it was 4 people in your family that were lynched. You said that it had something to do with the Landrys and the Boutros, but there's no proof of that. And she was like, oh, yeah, basically, in this time and age, they can find proof of that. But back then, come on now, wasn't nobody really trying to prove that somebody lynched somebody, way back in the day. Maybe back, when more current times, back when it was still a lot of segregation, a lot of racism, a lot, not like racism is dead, because it's not dead. But, closer to the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, and, then it was a lot more people trying to bring more justice to those that have been done wrong or murder, by the hands of somebody who's a racist. But way back in the day, ain't nobody cared that somebody got lynched. It wasn't nobody trying to prove it. It wasn't like no expert, forensic scientist or no FBI or nobody looking into that stuff. You got lynched, you got killed, you got buried on your family's ground. That's just how it went. But anywho, he's trying to say, you can't prove it. And then he brings up the fact that she claims that she was like the last female woman, after her mother and her grandmother, whoop whoop, that was alive. The last one. And shocks her and stuns her when he tells her that her mother, rest in peace, her mother Trudy, has a cousin that lives down in New Orleans. They said in the Bayou or off the Bayou or something like that, near the Bayou. Did I say Bayou? The Bayou. And so there's actually another living, female, matriarch in the family. So she's kind of excited about that. I don't know if this is a good thing though. We don't know yet. We don't know if this is a good thing. We don't know if this is a bad thing. We don't know if it's going to bring out some old demons, some old skeletons, because the way he was talking about it, and he seemed like he was giving her some big great news, but he seemed like it was an undertone under that great news. And on the other hand, she's like, well, I'm glad somebody did prove me wrong about something, because she stands firmly on the fact that 4 of her ancestors was lynched. She stands firm on that fact, but when she thought that she was the last matriarch in the family, she was pretty shocked, pretty stunned. But anyway, her cousin, well, that would be her second cousin, name is Martha, and I think he said Lavoisier or something like that. Who is calling me this late? Well, it ain't that late, but hold on, let me turn my notifications off. I don't know who will be calling me that late. It's after 10 o'clock. People know I be up here on the YouTubes. People know I be on YouTubes, and most people who got my phone number follow me on YouTube. So I'm on. Quit calling me on the phone. I'm on YouTube. But anyway, her cousin's name is Martha Lavoisier. They didn't meet her this episode, so I'm gonna assume that next episode we're gonna be able to meet Martha. But when Nova was there, when she was there, she met an old flame of hers, Kevin. Do y'all remember Kevin? I almost forgot about him. Okay, now we had talked and we had discussed how she had gave everybody's dirt, everybody demons, skeletons in her book, her tell-all family, bio or whatever she want to call it. Who's on drugs, who was prostituting, who was in jail, who was in prison, who ain't the real baby daddy. I mean, she told everything, and then come to find out, because I was like, did Nova tell anything about herself? Did she throw herself under the bridge, under the bus at all? Come to find out, in the book, she had wrote about Kevin. Now, I don't think she used his real name, though. Nobody would have figured it out. Everything that's going on in the family, though, even though she used, different names, most people knew, especially, Darla. Darla was upset, a couple of episodes ago. She was upset, she was going off to Ralph Angel about, what Nova had wrote about her in the book. Hey, Doreena's blessed. Hey, how you doing? You missed the last one? Oh, it was good, girl. It was good. It was real good. I was just talking about Nova. She ran into, while she's off in, I think she's in Philly. Was it Philly? She's off in Philly, and she ran into Kevin. Remember the white guy that she was dating who was married? The cute one, he's cute. I mean, he's really, I didn't realize how handsome he was until this episode. He's kind of hot. So I can see what attracted her to him. But, as far as all the stuff that she had put in the book, I kept thinking nobody's mentioned anything that she said about herself. So when she gets there, and after the interview, well, actually, that was before the interview. Before the interview, she runs into him on the street. And they share a little small talk. Hey, how you doing? I read your book. Nice to see you. Let's hook up for lunch, the next day. Or, he was like, I'll make time for you, boo. I'll make time for you. You could tell, that there's still a connection. Because when she saw him, she was like, Kevin? Kevin? Nova? Kevin? Nova. No. But yeah, they were excited to see each other. They haven't seen each other in a long time. And the last time she seen him, the last time they had a little run in the bedroom, he was all of a married man. And the whole reason why it ended was because he wasn't trying to leave his wife. And on top of that, Nova was sleeping with a woman. You know, keep in mind, Nova is bi. Actually, she's bi. I don't know. I think Nova she just like to experiment. It don't even matter. I don't think it matters. But I don't know, as far as like, I couldn't even say who I would think that Nova would end up with. Would she end up with a woman? Would she end up with a man? I mean, who do y'all think Nova does better with, men or women? This last little rendezvous with her old professor, and then on top of that, having her nephew being the only one that's willing to speak to her, willing to answer the phone when she calls, having him be the only one that's willing to speak with her, and the rest of the family upset. I think when we saw them at the end, when they were, explaining to each other what happened, where they think they went wrong, he was trying to get back with her. He came up in there. He was basically like, man, yesterday just didn't seem right. When we told each other goodbye, it just don't seem right. He thinks they should try again. She's kind of scared. She's kind of scared because she was really in love with him. Now, the girl that she was dating, I can't remember her name, but the girl she was dating, I don't think she was really, I think that was just, something to do. But with him and with her professor, it seemed like those were some really serious relationships that she had. And I think with her family not talking to her and the professor just trying to, the last scene we saw, the professor try to take her job. Wasn't that right? She tried to take her job. They was like, oh, we want to offer Nova this and that. She's like, oh, no, Nova, that's not her forte. Remember, she said, that's not her forte. But me, on the other hand, and Nova overheard and saw her like, oh, she trying to steal a job from under me? Trying to steal my pocketbook? She's really confused. Yes, I agree, Doreen. I'm like, I don't know what this woman... I don't know. But I think they about to push her back into the hands of this guy. He says he's not married anymore. He says he's divorced. He's no longer a cop. He has his own private security firm or something going on now. So I don't know. We shall see, because there's definitely some sparks there. You said I think she's falling for her sister's ex show. She'll be with him. Thank you. Yep. What was his name? Robbie. I think his name was Robbie or something. And yeah, he had came back a couple of episodes ago, stopped in at Vi's Diner, had a slice of pie and probably some coffee or something, and then he bounced. He was like, you know what? I think Hollywood, remember what Hollywood told him when he did come back to the shop, to say see Aunt Vi and, say he's leaving and everything. Hollywood was like, I think y'all would have made a really, really good couple. And for some reason, I did too. Now, it may have to do with, both of them being really, really involved in their community and activists and civil rights and, all kind of stuff like that. Maybe that was just a connection, but still, I think that was wrong for what they was doing behind Charlie's back. Hey, Deanna, what's up? What's going on with you? And I was going to hit you up too. I was talking to somebody earlier today, and they want me to take a trip with them to Mississippi, to the SIP. So I was up there on the map. I was like, where we going? Where you trying to go? And they told me, but I can't remember. I think it was Carthage or something. I think it was Carthage. They said there's a casino right there, and I don't know, but I'll talk to you. It's in October, so anywho. But yeah, I'm trying to get to the SIP. I ain't been to the SIP and I don't know how long. But yeah, we just up here discussing Nova and her flame Kevin, the white guy that she used to. Yeah, that's by Jackson. Yep. Matter of fact, my friend told me that it's like two. I told her where you are, and so we was looking on the map. She said it's about 2 hours away from where your friend Deanna is. I was like, that ain't nothing but a. Psh, shoot, get up early in the morning. I'm like, 2 hour ride. That's like from here in Omaha to Kansas City. That ain't nothing. So yeah, but we'll talk because she really wants me to go. She's like, if you don't go, then I'm gonna take my son, and I guess she just wants, she wants some female company with her. But yeah, but as far as Nova, I don't know what Nova's going to do. That last scene where they was kissing and everything, I'm like, is they going to end up in that hotel bed? Is she going to end up staying a few more days? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to let you know. I sure will. So, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Nova and, the ex, the ex. Well, it wasn't even her ex. It was just some guy that she was playing around with. He was playing on his wife. She was the other woman. They fell in love. He claims that his heart was broken. She claims she was broken. And I don't know. Because you know what? Sometimes when men get divorced and they feel like that person that was, they had on the side, they think that the person is now the one for them. So I don't know. Yes, check it out. It was really good. And then on Vi's Diner. Now, this part was messed up. Jacob. I can't stand Jacob. Like, I can't believe he played a part in vandalizing Aunt Vi's shop. Like, we've been trying to figure out what's going on. First, the Landrys and the Boudreaux. First, they wanted a prison. They wanted a prison on St. Joe's. So, St. Joe's came together and they stopped that plan. Now, the Landrys and the Boudreaux, they want a interstate, highway, freeway. In St. Joe. It was supposed to be in St. Joe at first. Then it got moved to St. Thomas. And they're trying to figure out why they want an interstate in this area. Like, this is all farm country. Why do they want an interstate in this area? Come to find out, they up there fracking. And the Boudreaux and the Landrys is working together with that natural gas company. Now, if y'all don't know what fracking is, some of y'all might know though. But, excuse me, it happens all over the United States, all over the country. But anyway, there's nothing actually, it's not like it's unpopular, but for certain areas, they don't really propose to do that. They try to choose different alternative routes. Like, as far as, when they frack, they basically, from what I understand, they use some kind of liquid, fluid type stuff to break through sand and gravel and, rocks underneath the ground. And then what they do is they break them up so that the gases can come out. And this is what helps the natural gas company. So it's a money thing. It's a money thing for them. They trying to get coins. And remember, last season, when they had told Charlie and them that they had found like toxic stuff in the ground, and that's why they had to like get rid of all the farms, and they was taking the property from these black farmers and all that. Exactly, Deanna. Yep. So them toxic, they lied. Basically, they lied, trying to make them leave their property and think there's something wrong with their property. When in fact, it's the perfect property, the perfect location for the natural gas companies to make some coins. So anyway, that's what they trying to do now. So Charlie and her crew and a whole bunch of people of the of the city in St. Joe, they're banding together and they're gonna stand up to them Boudreaux and them Landry. So we shall see how this work out. But I thought that was still messed up how Jacob had threatened that young boy. What was his name? Jay Quinn, which is okay, when Charlie and her guy, they had opened up the clinic, and then they came and shut the clinic down, saying there was like some people there that didn't have their right papers, the illegal. They didn't have paperwork to work there, like the Mexicans and stuff, and so they took one of the guys that they took. One of the people that they took was a woman, and her son Jacob managed to persuade her son to vandalize Aunt Vi's shop. He gave him $500 and told him if he didn't do it, because the boy turned it down for her because he got some home training. And, he said, well, if you don't do this, then the same thing that we did to your mom, we're going to do to your pops. And his pops works for Ralph Angel. So he did it. He vandalized the shop, threw the brick through the window, tore up, the inside of the shop and everything. He confessed, and thankfully, Vi and them, they have a heart. And plus, he was like, that was blackmail. That was kind of black. Jacob's wrong for that, to do that to a child. So she got up in his face when she found out, and basically let him know that she found out what he did, which was completely out of line. And he told her basically, you ain't gonna make me look like no fool. Jacob said, you is not gonna make me look like no fool, Charlie. You come up in here, Charlie, and you trying to tell me to make my family fall back, see, the thing about it, Jacob and them, they following direction, they following orders from their fathers and mothers in their family. So it's like one of those families who, and you might know some in your personal circle, you might have a friend or somebody, and they come from a lot of wealth, and no matter how old they get, 20s, 30s, 40s, they parents still have a whole bunch of influence on them because of that wealth and that power. Because that's them parents. That's their parents with all this money. And who is going to get the money when they die? They done paid all school loans. They done probably took care of their children, bought their houses, all this kind of stuff. They working with the family. Yeah, they usually do exactly what their parents say to do, unless they get too tired of it and be like, I'm branching off. I don't want your money anymore. I can get me a job. I'm going to get me a job. We moving out of town. I don't want to be under y'all thumb anymore. Not in this case. So, Jacob is basically doing what he's supposed to be doing. It's wrong. And I'm hoping that they'll stop them from building that highway. So right now, her job was to find out why they moving the interstate, from from St. Thomas anyway, in the first place, why they was trying to move it to St. Joe. And that's what it is. It's the gas companies. So, we'll see what happens, in the next episode with that. Now, as far as Darla, I done told y'all, we done talked about Darla now. Yep, that's that loyalty part. Sure is. And it's sad how it's one thing to buy people, like not buy them per se, but to influence them by your, amount of money you have or whatnot. But to have that over your children's head is kind of like just dangling, a steak in front of a dog. They know you got that good, you got that money, you got that power. And it's kind of bad, though, when they do it to their children. But, it's usually like an ancestral thing. Most people who are very, very wealthy, that's just how it's always been. The children of the family, even when they grow older, they work with the family's companies and That's just how it goes. But Darla, I'm concerned about Darla. I think Darla gonna crack, y'all. What y'all think? Darla seems like she is about to lose it. Like she's seriously about to lose it. When she found out what Nova put about her and Blue and Ralph Angel, and about her dad, and about the men that she used to trick with so that she could get her drugs or money for her drugs. When she found out that she put all that in that book, and then that Blue isn't Ralph Angel's father, and all this other kind of stuff, she went to Ralph Angel. She was upset. She was frustrated. I thought she actually was gonna go to Nova and try to go upside her head, but she didn't do that. Now she goes to work, and then this happened. Before, they was like, oh, ain't nobody gonna know they talking about you. Of course they gonna know they talking about me. Like Nova wrote about the whole entire family. She got one brother. So even if she gave like different names, to different people in the family, they still know this one brother got a child by a girl. Now this girl ain't, he ain't the daddy and all this I mean, she's not strong. She's not strong enough to handle this. You said I haven't saw it yet, but you're making me sound like I should see it. Oh, you haven't seen the whole show, or you just haven't seen the last few episodes? Because if you ain't seen the whole show, child, you better binge watch, honey. It's a really good show on the OWN channel. One I have to say, one of my favorites. Especially, it's on the OWN channel, you know what I'm saying? But you said Blue being upset made her get him together, and I thought she'd be okay, but she was so concerned with Blue and putting him into seeing a counselor. She needs to see a counselor herself. Even her guy friend, who she's been neglecting ever since she found out about the book. She's been neglecting him, not trying to see him, not trying to hang out with him. And he really seems like a decent guy. I mean, he even told her, I think you need to see, your sponsor. But I think she took that negatively, like judgmental, in a judgmental way. Because at first, she was asking him, I think she said something like, do you believe me? Or something. Because I guess she wants to make sure that he believes she's no longer, on drugs or whatnot. And he's like, I believe you. But I think you really need to see your sponsor. And normally, Ralph Angel is around for her to talk to and for her to lean on when she wants to talk. But Ralph Angel, he ain't around because he's dealing with trying to get his worker out of jail because they done set him up. Oh, it's a mess. Yes, you do gotta watch the whole show. Watch the whole show. Make sure you start season 1. We only on the 3rd season, so get a little binge watching in when you got some free time. Maybe while you chilling on the porch or in the tub, or how we do, we women, when we trying to binge watch. Get us a nice throw cover and a big pillow and just a little glass of wine. You better watch all those shows just like that. But yeah, it's a really good show. And they got some really good, a lot of the actors on this show have been around for a long time. So they got a lot of experience. So the actors on the show are really good. You said Ralph Angel getting that loyalty. And you know what, Doreen? I was kind of wondering about that. Like, how she would react when she found out that he was an ex-felon as well. They really never got or touched on that. It kind of went from they meet, they start liking each other, then one of his employees get in trouble. He gets set up. They said they found 5 bags of drugs in his vehicle. They know it was a setup. Everybody's trying to come down on them because of them trying to stop the highway. So they vandalizing Vi's shop. They setting up Ralph Angel's employees, which in return is going to get them to try to stop his program that he has for offenders. Like, he gets so much money per felon that he lets work on his farm. Kind of like when they're in the halfway house or when they have work release and they come on the farm, they learn how to farm, they learn the way around the farm, and at this time, it's also helping those offenders get time knocked off, just like Ralph Angel in the beginning. They said, if you do this plan and you let these convicts work on your property, we'll get you off papers, faster. And that worked. He got off papers faster than normal, and now he's trying to, return a favor to his community by helping out felons and convicts, do the same thing, and plus learn, how to farm and all that kind of stuff. But they're trying to stop that plan, and that plan is under his father's name. So he's really concerned that, this is going to tarnish his father's name, their father who passed, tarnish his father's name. So the lawyer, I thought that was really cool how she's trying to help. And she didn't even ask no questions. She didn't ask no questions about his past. She basically taking his word, and Ralph Angel is also taking his word that he did not, have those drugs. Those aren't his drugs. So, and I'm pretty sure they was planted. I'm pretty sure. If they weren't, I'll be like, what? I'm like, what? For real? 5 bags? But yeah, so I'm hoping that, they'll be able to get him off so it won't tarnish his dad's, the program and everything. But, because that's in memory of their father. And their father was a very hardworking man. He was a strong man. He stood up to all them white people down there, them prejudiced people down there, all the way to the very end. All the way to the very end. But, you said you hear But yeah, for real. But I think Darla needs to, listen to that guy's advice and talk to her sponsor, because the way she was looking just all crazed, and I don't know, when she overheard her employees, her co-workers, they were reading the book and, whispering and stuff. She's like, hello, good morning. They was like, that girl over there is a whole crackhead. That's part of what they was saying. She don't know who her baby daddy is. She was giving it up for $5 bags. Talking all kind of stuff about her. And she's just sitting there. I mean, what can she do? Should she quit? It's not like she can't quit. That's a small town. Wherever she go, people are going to know that's her. That's the girl in the book. So, They know everything about, the whole town knows everything about the entire family. But what I was expecting to happen this episode, I don't know if they're going to talk about it the rest of this season or not. But remember the 3 guys that they think their dad murdered and put in the ground off in the fields? That tried to threaten to do harm to Nova when she was a little girl. I'm like, she put that in the book. And ain't nobody said nothing. And you know what? I wonder if this has something to do with why the Landrys and Boudreaux keep trying to run them off their property, keep trying to do harm to their property and to their family, and all this. Is like, ain't nobody gonna say nothing. She's getting called on all these talk shows and interviews, and ain't nobody said, did your daddy do it? Did your daddy do it? Ain't nobody asking those questions. I'm like Deanna and Tracy, the people want to know. We got questions. We got questions. I got questions. I'm like, when is they gonna say something? Ain't nobody said nothing. I'm like, 3 guys came up missing. She put it in the book that she ain't never seen them 3 guys again. She saw her dad digging up 3 plots, and she ain't never seen them 3 guys again. And they ain't never went on no fishing trips again. And that's it. And even Aunt Vi said, their auntie, she said, I had a lot of reasons to believe that he actually did something to those three guys, and ain't nobody saying nothing. So I'm like, shh. I'm ready to sip some tea on that one, and here we got questions, Deanna. Y'all make sure if y'all ain't on each other's platforms, y'all make sure y'all check out each other. Because I know Deanna has a great platform. Doreen is blessed. Make sure you guys are already connected. That's my favorite line of Deanna's. We got questions. And Tracy, the people want to know. But yeah, Vi knows it all. And I think Vi is lying. I said that before. I think it was either last episode or the one before that. I said I think Vi knows. I really think Vi knows what really happened. Like, she's up there, well, I had an idea, but I really didn't want to know, and I can't believe she put this in the book, and whoop, 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 whoop. I think Vi knows. I really do. I don't, that's just how I feel. I think she knows, and she knows exactly what happened, and she knows exactly who those three men are related to, and I'm telling you, I think they're part of the Landrys and the Boudreaux. I think so. You said you don't have a platform. I'm so to the end. I'm going to watch it. Yes. But, well, if you ever get a channel, make sure you let me know. I always tell people who don't have channels, if you get a channel, let us know so we can check you out. But, yeah, so I'm like, wow. This show was, oh, God. And then the end. When Charlie got that phone call, I was like, oh, my heart just sank. They done torched the mill. Like, what else can they do? They done planted drugs on one of Ralph Angel's employees. I mean, they done vandalized Vi's pie shop. And now they done torched the mill. I don't know what they gonna do. I think they need to get hood. I think it's time to get hood. Charlie girl, I love Charlie, but Charlie need to gather her angels, Ralph Angels, and she needs to get, I feel like her and Nova needs to sit down and talk, put this book to the side, and they need to fight for their property. What they father left for them. Charlie was like, I can't lose my this property. My father, he left this. He wanted us to have it. This is what he wanted. For us to run this mill. So she can't lose the property. And Nova, I think Nova is like the strongest one out of them. Besides, okay, Aunt Vi, but Aunt Vi, she got enough going on. But Nova, out of Ralph Angel, he has that criminal history. So a lot of times people don't really take him too seriously. And we done seen that over these 3 seasons. A lot of times he got to have Nova in his back pocket. He got to have Charlie in his back pocket. He got to have some backup when he's trying to do something, when he's trying to get loans for the mill. When all that first came about and everything. Charlie, she knows a lot of law. She was an attorney, all that. But Nova, she be in those streets, and she's an activist. Her arms reach very far. So I think they need to get each. Thank you. Nova better lit them incense on them and do that Rum Young Chang Chong. Did I say it right? Rum Young Chang Chong. Rum Young Chang Chong. I don't even know how to say it. But for real, Nova, she be putting them backwoods spell on them shoes, them Creole spells, them dumping ashes and frog legs and rat teeth and mixing that stuff all up together and then burn that stuff with the sage and lit that stuff on fire. I'm telling you. Had them little dolls around there sticking them pins in them little... I was so serious. Nova is like the last person they want to mess with. So I hope that matter of fact, she had told her the white guy, that cute handsome white guy that I think she done hooked up with again. She told him that she feel like she lost her family and everything. He was like, no, no, the love y'all have for each other, they love run deep, runs deep. They'll eventually get over this, but I think Nova, she has a lot of making up to do with the family, but I really think that they need her right now, and she needs to get her butt back home. Pronto. ASAP. But yeah, I think I hit everything that I wanted to talk about. Did I miss anything that y'all want to discuss? Nothing really was happening with Charlie's son this episode. Let's see, we talked about Ralph Angel, we talked about his worker, Darla, Vi, Hollywood is out of town. I think we hit everything. I think we hit everything. So I hope you guys really enjoyed the show. And Deanna, you got some binge watching to do. So make sure you got you some bottles of wines or whatever you like to drink. Some snacks. See, when I binge watch, I gotta have me a little wine, a little drink, my little snacks, my little hot cracklings, or my skins. Something like that when I binge watch. But yeah, have my little blankie. But yeah, I enjoyed you guys too, and thank you for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. And make sure you guys don't forget to hit the like button. You're welcome, Doreen. Thank you for visiting us this evening. This is one of my favorite shows, y'all. If y'all ain't noticed, I love talking about this show and chit-chatting about this show. But yes. Matter of fact, are you going live tonight, Deanna? I caught you earlier. You had posted something on your community tab. Y'all be in these streets, boy. I'm telling y'all be having me cracking up like all throughout the day when I be watching y'all videos. From you, Tracy, Sean. I'm like... Y'all be having me going. Y'all really keep me entertained while I'm working from home. Oh, and Joyce and all them. But yeah, so I think it's on you know what, Deanna? I think it's on Netflix and Hulu. Or maybe it's Hulu. But if you got on demand on cable, I know you can watch it on demand. But I think as far as Netflix, I'm not sure if it's on Netflix, but I do really believe it's on Hulu. You said no, I have to go live from my second page. They got my... What? Hold up. You know what? I think I did see something about Sean saying, I know I'm on your second page. I know I am. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Let me check real quick. I want to make sure. I'm sure I am, but let's see. I know the link is on. Is the link on your community tab? Do you got the link on your community tab? Yes. What? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Boy. You know what? I always said we always gotta have a backup. Let me make sure. That's messed up, though. That's messed up. Deanna Irwin. I know I didn't receive some of your notifications, so you did a Magic Johnson. No, that's your main page. You did a Magic Johnson versus... Oh, hold up. Okay, this is... Okay, the channel that says Rest in Peace, Toni. Toni Morrison? Hold up. What? Is that the channel? Wow. I wanna read that book by Timothy Blaine. Oh wow. Okay. So this must be so this is the channel I'm supposed to subscribe to, right? I just hit it now. And I just hit the bell. Okay. Why didn't I just click your name in the chat? It's below that. Because I thought I was already subscribed to this channel. I'm like, okay, and I did not see it here. You said your niece got a channel. WQ is going live in 5 minutes. We gotta be ready. Meet me at. Okay, here's the link. I thought I was subscribed to this channel already. Okay, is it the Deanna Irvin on 30,000? Is that it? I think I found you. Deanna Irvin on 30,000. I just hit the bell. And you said your niece just started a channel, so I'm going to check out hers too. I'm going to go to your niece's channel. All right. We connected over there. I got you, boo. Shoot, they ain't going to stop no show. But I be telling folks, get you a backup channel. But I'm glad you got one so we can, keep in touch so everybody can keep in contact with you. Because you got a lot of fans out here, girl. So, got a lot of love. Regardless of what it seems like sometime on these crazy YouTube streets, you got a lot of love. Yeah, she's going to do her first mukbang Wednesday. Oh, okay. Oh. Gotta support the family. Well, I got you. I'm hooked up. I'm connected. I'm on both of your channels now. So whenever you get back to the old channel or whatever, I'm on both of them. So I'll get all your notifications. But all right, you're welcome, boo. And I'm going to be hitting you up anyway because, like I said about the SIP, I am so anxious to go to the SIP. I'm up here like, oh my God, I don't work that week. And it just seemed like fate. Like, I was like, when are you trying to go? I'm like, oh shoot, I don't work all that weekend. It's like, okay, I think she wants to go from like a Wednesday to, or was it Tuesday? Yep, she said Wednesday through Monday. So it's going to be like 5 days in October. So yeah, I'm going to hit you up because we're going to have to get together. And we're going to have to go live on these streets. Do a collaboration. So, okay. Thank you guys for chilling with me tonight. And I hope you enjoyed the live. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm looking forward to the next show. My next review is probably going to be, I want to say Wednesday, probably tomorrow night. Yeah, probably tomorrow night. And it'll either be on Basketball Wives or it's going to be on, what's that other show? Oh, The Handmaid's Tale. So I don't know if y'all watch The Handmaid's Tale. I know a lot of people watch the Basketball Wives. But if y'all don't watch The Handmaid's Tales, that is a very good show as well. And that is also on Hulu. So make sure you check that one out as well. But in the meantime and in between time, Primetime Squad, stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out. Deuces.